On the air with another episode from the Yankees Fan Always channel, where the passion for the Bronx Bombers is taken seriously. And today, the question that won't go away is, did the Yankees make the right choice by prioritizing Max Fried over Juan Soto? The season has barely started, and the nightmare is already knocking on the door. Garrett Cole out, Lou Trivino out, and no sign of Stanton. Fans feel the impact, but Vegas, not so much. The odds of winning the American League have barely moved. Strange, right? The current rotation without Cole relies on Max Fried debuting as the ace, Rodon in the second spot, and names like Marcus Stroman, Clark Schmidt, and even Carlos Carrasco in the mix. Does that sound safe to you? Meanwhile, the doubt lingers. What would have been better for 2025? Stick with the initial plan with Soto, a generational talent, or invest in a package of reinforcements including Fried, Devin Williams in the bullpen, and even Cody Bellinger in the outfield. With Soto, the offense would be explosive, but the defense and rotation would be shaky. With Fried, the rotation gains a leader, but who protects Judge in the lineup? Besides, we can't ignore the American League landscape. Texas is strong, Houston has championship DNA, and the Orioles are coming full force. The road to the World Series is far from smooth. So, Yankees fan, would you rather see Soto in the lineup with a vulnerable rotation, or Fried leading the mound even without a superstar shining in the offense? Tell us in the comments. Now let's get serious. It's impossible to ignore the pressure this rotation will face without the current Cy Young winner. Fried is talented, no doubt. But can he handle carrying New York on his back right from the start? Playing in Atlanta is one thing. Playing in the Bronx is another. The media, the fans, the atmosphere, everything changes. And then there's the lineup. Without Stanton, the big question is who protects Aaron Judge? Can Bellinger handle that role? He's had good moments, but will it be enough in a season where every mistake feels like an elimination? Goldschmidt arrives to fill a huge gap at first base, something that's been needed for years. But he, like Judge, isn't getting any younger. The lingering question is this team truly balanced, or are we just trying to piece together a puzzle that still doesn't make sense? And the bullpen? Now that's a different story. Devin Williams is the kind of name that changes games, changes series. With him, the Yankees have one of the best late-game combos in the league. But can this bullpen hold if the starters can't carry the load through the first 5 innings? And the future? Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells. The Yankees are betting big on young talent. And they should. The team is aging, and this new generation needs to prove it can take the spotlight. Now think with me, what if that's exactly the plan? Bring in key reinforcements, keep the rotation alive with Fried, strengthen the bullpen, and let the future Volpe, Dominguez, Wells bloom now? Maybe that's what the front office is trying to build. But of course, all of this would be much easier if Garrett Cole were healthy. And that's the real problem, time. Will Fried get the job done? Will Judge have someone to share the load? Can the lineup produce without Soto? And the fans, will they be patient? So I'm throwing the question back to you, diehard fan of Yankees Fan Always. Do you still believe this is the right year to believe in this team, even with all these challenges? My opinion as a Yankees fan. To be honest, as a Yankees fan, this situation leaves me torn. On one hand, I feel good about landing Max Fried. The guy is solid, experienced, has ace presence, and now with Cole out, he becomes absolutely essential. But at the same time, I can't stop thinking about what it would have been like to see Juan Soto in the Bronx every day. The impact that guy would have had in the lineup. He's the kind of talent that can change the face of an entire franchise. But then comes the other side of the coin. The team isn't just about big names. It needs balance. Fried, Devin Williams, Bellinger, Goldschmidt. This shows the Yankees didn't sit still. They build a deeper roster with more options, especially for October. Because if there's one thing we've seen too many times, it's this team falling apart in the playoffs from lack of support for Judge and an unbalanced rotation. Even so, I admit, seeing Soto on the Mets still hurts. He was born to wear pinstripes, and it felt like it was just a matter of time. But baseball doesn't always follow the script we imagine, and maybe, just maybe, destiny is preparing something even bigger for this group. Now, without Cole, it's time to test the soul of this team, to see if Fried can handle the pressure, if Dominguez and Volpe will make the leap, and if the rest of the rotation, Rodon, Stroman, Schmidt, will finally show consistency. I still believe. Because being a Yankee means facing obstacles head-on and trusting that tradition, the weight of the jersey, and the talent we have will make the difference. And look, if there's one thing Yankees fans have learned over the years, it's that you can't rely on paper alone. How many times have we seen star-studded rosters with high expectations, and come October, nothing happens? It's not just about names, it's about attitude, chemistry, and most importantly, heart. So even though it hurts not seeing Soto here, and believe me, it's a real pain, I also recognize what the front office tried to do. They aimed for solidity. They aimed for depth. Fry doesn't have Soto's charisma, but he can win big games. Williams in the bullpen is the kind of addition that decides playoff series. And Bellinger, with a fresh start, might just be that guy who surprises everyone. But all of this will only work if the team plays with fire in their eyes. And that's where we need to see leadership shine. Not just from Judge, but also from the new guys. Fry needs to take charge. Rodon has to silence the critics. And the youngsters, Volpe, Wells, Dominguez, need to realize this is their chance to make history in the Bronx. Because there's no more room for excuses. With or without Cole, with or without Soto, Yankees fans want one thing: results. It's been too many years watching rivals lift trophies. It's way past time for the biggest in the world to be feared again in October. And honestly, I think this group has potential. It's not perfect, but it has grit. It has pieces that can grow. And it has a young core that, if it clicks, can surprise a lot of people. But it has to start now. No waiting for June or July. The answer has to come in April, in the first series, in the first pressure games. That's when we'll see if this 2025 version of the Yankees is just another promise or the beginning of something special.